representative. And every level of it is about collaboration. So the 5 or 6 kind of sessions that are going to be debated, we're out in the field through YouGov doing major global polling, and I'll share quickly some of the results of that. But we're basically going to poll up to 1 million people, and then we will kind of shut the polling down if we get up to 1 million. The way you actually get to attend is collaborative creation. So we're asking people to basically upload a video, working with YouTube and with Facebook, put together a video of why you should actually attend One Young World, and then we'll have a mechanism where people can actually vote on that and decide who some of the attendees are. The way sponsors are involved is very collaborative. Reckitt Benckiser is going to be one of the key sponsors. They're bringing with them 50 people from around the world from Save the Children and collaborating with the NGOs. And even the way the councillors have been selected, there'll be a councillor who kind of chairs each plenary session is collaborative. So we work with Kofi Annan on his Global Alliance for Climate Justice. Kofi's going to chair the session on climate. We're going to put the draft resolution on climate out in December or in November, just prior to Copenhagen, which is, for those of you who don't know, the new Kyoto. And then we'll use One Young World to comment, the young people of the world will comment on how they believe the world's leaders actually did in Copenhagen. So what I thought I'd quickly do is share with you 3 videos so that you don't think it's just some random bloke from an ad agency trying to do something. We've got 3 quite interesting councillors behind us already. If you could play the videos, please.
You are the cream of the corporate world. We appeal to you. Choose of the up-and-coming people in your world to One Young World, because our world is fragile, it's at risk, and it needs people like yourselves, people who are like you, and you can choose such persons as the next generation of leaders to One Young World. And our world might just be saved.
The zeitgeist that you're going through, the spirit of the age, the trouble is that we're not sure what the spirit of the age is anymore, that the old lines upon which we established ourselves, those of my generation, maybe yours, have proved to be wrong. They've dissolved, but that's the fate of every generation. In the 21st century, we need to anticipate zeitgeist rather than live within them. I love reading polemic that makes me uncomfortable with the way I'm thinking, because frankly, the way I'm thinking just simply isn't right. If it was right, then the world wouldn't be the way it is. And the world will always be the way it is, whatever that may be, for good or ill. But surely there's some way we can get ahead of the game and plot the way we would like it to be, rather than reacting to the events that happen to us in the middle of a zeitgeist. I'll see your chosen nominees at the One Young World, I guess. I'm looking forward to it. You should come up with an interesting mob.
I hope that young people everywhere and the delegates of One Young World, those who will inherit this planet, will join us as partners in the Global Alliance for Climate Justice.
So just very quickly share with you a snapshot of some of the research we've done. This is from 22 countries. It's actually now up to 20,000 people. What's interesting as you look around the world's youth population is how very similar the things that are coming back from the advanced nations, the newly industrialized nations, and the Middle East and North Africa are. The number one issue for everyone, interestingly enough, is world poverty. One of the things on here, though, is climate and in the environment is the number 4 issue from the advanced and the newly industrialized nations, and actually the number 2 issue from Middle East and Africa. And I think one of the key reasons for that is that, in the developed world, climate is something we think is going to be a problem in 20 or 30 years, whereas actually there are people dying as we speak in Africa because of the impact of climate change. So basically my kind of thing for you guys today, and where I would love your help, and that's why I say we're at the start of this rather than the end of it, is I think the best creative collaboration is really open source. I think what you often see in this world is if one person's doing something on climate, they end up actually being a rival of someone else who's doing something on climate, and actually they should all get together, because if we sort the climate problem out, the world will be a better place. So this, think of this as whatever you are doing in the youth space, whatever you would love to do in the youth space, come on board and help. How do you help very specifically? It's this simple. It's delegates. I mean, what we want to do, the quality of what comes out of the session will depend upon the 1,500 people that we have in that room. And I was lucky enough to sit at dinner last night next to Oscar and Jared, who you'll be hearing from next. Two amazing people who are actually now too old to be on One Young World. We'll probably have them in as counselors. But you know, you guys are in this room because you're some of the smartest people in the world. Otherwise, Google wouldn't have invited you. So you must all know 2, 3, 4, 5 brilliant people who should be at One Young World. You probably have the means to sponsor them and send them there. It's not for profit, but there's a £3,000 cost for a delegate, which is nothing if you're in a country like the US, but it's a hell of a lot of money if you're in a developing country. And if you want to be a sponsor, we'd love to hear from you as well. So my email address is david.jones@havas.com. You can find the One Young World website on the web or the Facebook site, but I'd love to encourage all of you to come in and collaborate. So thank you.
David, thank you so much. How did you come up with the idea?
I didn't. I issued the challenge, and Kate Robertson came up with the idea. So I basically said I fundamentally believe that our industry should be doing things to influence behavior for the good, and Kate had this brilliant idea of One Young World, and so we created it.
How are you paying for it?
Basically, it's all going to be funded through sponsorship for the delegates attending. So, and as you can imagine, in the current climate, most people haven't got a couple of £1 million that they're not sure what to do with. So anybody who does, please see me afterwards.
Another way you can help is what you're saying. And how much does this represent to you a leap of faith? A sense that you've decreed, I guess, is there a date set for the
February
convention?
the 8th to 10th and a venue booked, yeah.
So you've rented the venue and all that, you've stepped out.
Exactly. Well, it's a bit like Michael's thing. I passionately believe in this. We believe in it. We're going to try and make it happen. I think we'll get there. I think the interesting thing is just the reaction from, so far everybody we've spoken to, no one's gone, this is a really crap idea. Why are you doing it? So I think it's just about, ensuring that we keep going, and we've got, a number of delegates signed up already.
Right.
So.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.